Come up a couple of times for me recently with some of the entrepreneur clients I work with, and it reminds me of the story that Steve Martin tells, that it took him 10 years to become an overnight success, after which he spent the next 4 years refining his craft. And then he enjoyed the ride for the next 4 years after that. So often we only get to see the part where someone is enjoying the glory. In this video I explore what this phenomenon looks like. You can see on our graph here, on the vertical y-axis we have value, on the horizontal x-axis is the progression of time. And the blue curve represents your effort, meaning the effort you're producing every day to move the needle on whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. Grow your business, grow your reputation, and so forth. And the black line is the results curve. And you can see that there is quite a bit of lag between getting the result in relation to the amount of effort that is being put in. And what Steve Martin talked about is this point here, the critical mass. After 10 years we had enough notoriety, or where his reputation was so large that it started to take off on its own and he became a phenomenal star. Often we feel discouraged because we are putting a lot of effort in and don't seem to be getting the results we expect. If you go halfway up this curve, of the effort curve, and then come along the results axis at that point, it's almost nothing. And so that is the paradox. You know, you would think that medium effort should give you medium results, but it doesn't. Only massive effort gives you massive results. And it takes a massive amount of time. Let me show you another way to look at this thing called the transition curve. Every business owner starts their endeavor or their project with this happy place of everything is good, and it comes from a place of uninformed optimism. Then you get to the top of the curve and then you start to realize, gee, this is harder than I thought it was going to be. Now you have this informed pessimism, and that continues down until you get to this place, a crisis of meaning, where you are basically questioning yourself. Am I ever going to make this happen? Can I really make some success out of this? And if you don't pull yourself out of it, you're going to crash and burn like a jet pilot. Or you pull yourself out of that place, you start back now in a place where you are feeling informed optimism, because now you've had the benefit of experience and you know that you can do this. That optimism is trustworthy. So as a business owner, the only thing you can control is whether you go into the crash and burn place or whether you follow the curve to the place of informed optimism. This happens to every business owner and to any endeavor that is worth taking on. The only thing you can control is how long it takes and how deep does it go. That is how much effort you are willing to put in and get the result that you want. So the bottom line is this: if you want massive results, you have to put in massive effort over a massive amount of time. This is not meant to be discouraging, but it is by way of explanation, encouraging you to fight the good fight. It really is worth persevering, and it's only that perseverance that's going to get you the success. Another way of saying this is that entrepreneurship looks like it should be easy, but it's not. And the reason successful entrepreneurs eventually get rewarded so well because it's so difficult to do that. The reward is way out of proportion to what appears to be the result that you are getting. And if it was easy to do, everyone would do it. There wouldn't be that disproportionate reward. That's what makes it so satisfying for those who do make it through this curve. And when I say a reward, that's not always the monetary reward. For many, it's as much about the satisfaction from accomplishing something. Most entrepreneurs have to overcome some massive hurdles in order to get there. So only massive effort gets you massive results. And of course, there are some things you can do to shorten that effort time curve. You can use knowledge leverage, and leverage comes in the form of education, it comes in the form of mentorship or coaching. Basically standing on the shoulders of those that have gone before you. You can learn all of these things through experience, but experience is expensive and it takes time. If you want to accelerate that, increase your skills, increase your knowledge so that you can shorten the time it takes to get through the curve. I'm not saying that the curve is shorter, I'm just saying that you can accelerate the process. Jim Rohn has famously said, work harder on yourself than you do on your business. Don't wish it was easier, wish you were better. If you have any questions on this, book a complimentary 15-minute call with me at timewithshane.com. In those 15 minutes, we'll find out if you are good to go on your own or if you could use some help. I'm Shane Spears of Summit Scale. See you next time.